Well guys, here we are at the VOK Tower 4 years later as we are about to bring you some more 330 bloopers, and I've got to tell you that this is a special day of imagination. So now, after 4 years of imagination, here's our first blooper.
Shop like a millionaire, Mr. Polish. What does the 330 have to do with Team U?
Well, Mr. Tim, I've seen the Super Bowl back last year, and I thought that it was the best Super Bowl ad ever to appear in the big game.
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you put Tim I guessed on this slide. Mr. Pinwheel, Tim I guessed, does not shop on Team U like a millionaire. Mr. Pinwheel, you put Team U on this slide. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you put Maddie Maggot on this slide. Mr. Pinwheel, you are not to be at WSOC-TV. New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys, take him away.
Oh, shiitake mushroom.
Gilligan. And Mr. Pinwheel, this isn't Fox 23 News, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News. And it's not in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's in Charlotte, North Carolina. And WSOC-TV is not affiliated with Fox. It is affiliated with ABC. And KOKI-TV does not subscribe to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters. WSOC-TV does. Go back to CBS right now, or I will call on Maddie Maggot. Mr. Pinwheel, you drew an arrow that points from Shop Like a Millionaire to Team U. You Tamatoa. And where's Mr. Pinwheel at now? Mr. Pinwheel, I hope you are not turning this studio into It's a Small World. And you better be at CBS this instant. You better be at CBS this very instant before I play match game. This is the Pinwheel Television Network. Sorry, wait a minute, this is CBS, Maddie Maggot. You know that WSOC-TV is not to be affiliated with CBS. It is to be affiliated with ABC. And you put CBS on there when I said the Pinwheel Television Network, and it's supposed to say the Pinwheel Television Network. Mr. Pinwheel, how does Maddie Maggot shop like a millionaire in Texas? For the sake of Jackie Redley Jr., who was in the World Series back in 2018, Maddie Maggot is not on the 330 in Texas in 2004.
Offsides. Number 91 on the defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown!
Mr. Pinwheel, you put Super Bowl 57 on this slide. Guys, Do you think that Super Bowl 57 would be played in Texas with Matty Baggett because of Patrick Mahomes, who appeared on the covers of Madden NFL 22 and Madden NFL 20 alongside Tom Brady, who also appeared on the cover of Madden NFL 18? And TV's Super Bowl ad appeared in the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Mr. Collier, we don't know how to say this, but we're not too sure about Super Bowl 57.
Well, go to CVS, or I will sick Matty Baggett from WSOC-TV on you.
Mr. Tim, you put Mr. Pinwheel on there, you lousy rat space ranger. Mr. Pinwheel is at CVS, and he needs to stay at CVS.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
And now, Mr. Tim, you put Pinwheel, because I just said that Mr. Pinwheel needs to stay at CVS. You United Paramount Network maniac. And Mr. Tim, next time you put Mr. Pinwheel on this slide, I will sick the Vince Lombardi trophy on you.
Yeah, you wouldn't hack the Vince Lombardi trophy like I do.
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, what does 19 kids and counting have to do with Team U?
Well, the Duggar family is wanting to be on the 330 with Team U, but I can't say that the Duggar family and Team U are associated with the 330.
Guys, watch it, or I will sick Matty Baggett on you.
Mr. Pinwheel, how dare you subscribe to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters? You never estimate CBS or WSOC-TV to pay $1 million for a flight to Charlotte, North Carolina. And Mr. Tim, you don't be turning this office tower into It's a Small World. Because if you do, I will sick Matty Baggett on you. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, speaking of that, you put Matty Baggett on this slide. Mr. Pinwheel, you are going to have to learn to put the 330 on this slide and not to put Matty Baggett on it. And now, Mr. Pinterest, you're trying to make SBC Productions a production company. Mr. Pinwheel, SBC, does not produce the 330. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you replaced SBC with NBC to make it say NBC Productions. It's a production studio owned by Comcast NBC. Now, Mr. Pinwheel, you are gonna put 50-50 and Matty Baggett on this slide. And Mr. Pinwheel, you show up in front of this screen. I will sick the television code seal of good practice on you. Mr. Pinwheel, you are not to be back behind the camera. Get out of the KCOP studio before the announcer Harry Newman comes on and signs KCOP off the air. That, or I will call Matty Baggett from Charlotte, North Carolina, and send her over here.
Coming in from London from over the pole, flying in a big airliner, chicken flying everywhere around the plane. Could we ever feel much finer?
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, are you trying to move the 330 to Los Angeles?
Sorry guys, I didn't mean to move the 330 to Los Angeles. I think it would be great if it was broadcast by KABC TV.
Now, Mr. Tim, you put very independent on this slide. You know that the 3:30 is not broadcast by KCOP in Los Angeles. If KCOP was to broadcast the 3:30, I'd be calling its announcer Harry Newman. And I hope you don't turn their studios into It's a Small World.
Mr. Boone, I think I'm gonna go to Los Angeles and turn their studios into Christmas Wonderland.
Oh, no, Mr. Pinwheel, you are not gonna turn their studios into Christmas Wonderland. Doing so, I will sick Matty Baggett of WSOC-TV in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Harry Newman of KCOP in Los Angeles, California, or Ben Sumner of Up Late with Ben Sumner on KQCW-TV in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Ben Sumner at Night on Mix 96 on you. Mr. Polish, you do not put Mr. Pinwheel on any slide. Doing so, I will send you to Mike Brogan.
I'm trying to make a phone call.
Mr. Slinky Pinwheel, you best behave in here because Mike Brogan's gonna get onto us this very moment.
This is Mr. Polish raging in the background, with Mr. Collier by his side, talking on the phone with meteorologists Mike Grogan and Matty Baggett about the 3:30 slides. Clint Boone is dead. I'm gonna have to talk with Microsoft Sam about all this.
Mr. Pinwheel, why do you show up on our television screen when we're trying to do a news story on News Channel 8?
Mr. Tim, can you get Microsoft Sam on the line this moment?
And why is the Energizer looking at my desk? You, the OK Tower Maniacs! And Mr. Pinwheel, you need to stay off our screen. And why are you changing news stations in the Tulsa metro area? You, Pinwheel of the metropolitan area. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you are about to subscribe to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters. Next thing you know is I'm gonna call on the play-by-play announcer Brandon Rodden if you don't get this sealed good practice off this screen this moment. And Mark Bradshaw, why are you at WSOC-TV and not at News Channel 8? And producer, why do you have the text Matty Baggett on this screen? Matty, you better get in the severe weather center right this instant. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you're gonna show up on WSOC-TV screen. That's it. No more showing up on all other stations' television screens.
This concludes our broadcast day.
There's Matty exiting the mall in 30 seconds, past the Hollywood Theaters in El Chico. Security guards are gonna chase her this time. Matty's gonna need to get to the doors in a hurry. As time is running out, the security guards are looking to track her down towards the exit. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, time has run out. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, it's already the end of our broadcast day. The mall is closed. And
Mr. Pinwheel, why do you keep showing up on all the station's television screens, including major television networks like ABC, CBS, and NBC? You definitely need to go to Hollywood.
And now, after Maddie Maggot has left the shopping mall, Leland Powell is gonna step in for her. And now Leland is gonna head straight for the
Oh,
GNC
shiitake
store.
mushrooms.
Now Mike Brogan is gonna enter the GNC store as well. He has time. Now as Brogan and Powell are pinned to the back corner of the GNC store, the Energizer Bunny has to hurry to the entrance as time. At risk of Mr. Pinwheel, who has just left the city of Tulsa in the name of bronze and the television code, Powell is gonna snatch one of the bottles off one of the store shelves as the Energizer Bunny is heading straight for Powell and Brogan. And CBS has to wonder whether if Mr. Pinwheel is ready to strike the GNC store with Powell and Brogan in it. This is CBS. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, time has run out again. What are they going to do now?
Mr. Pinwheel, we've seen enough. Come on, let's go. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, why is the Energizer Bunny on this screen? Microsoft Sam, would you get rid of him? And Mr. Pinwheel, don't you bother having the Easter Bunny, the Energizer Bunny, show up on screen again, or I will stick the US Cellular jingle from their own 2008 television ad on you.
Or actually, I will sick Maddie Maggot on you.
Speaking of her, Mr. Pinwheel, she was exiting the Tulsa Promenade Mall a moment ago, and Brandon Garden was in it.
Yeah, I was there back in 2015 when they first had the animal rides.
Yeah, I think I actually did the same thing too. Okay guys, here's our next blooper. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, does Jenna Kramer have to be associated with a 3:30 on Oklahoma's News Channel 8 since she is a country singer?
Guys, I think I just heard her song playing on the PA speaker inside Tulsa Promenade Mall while me and you were arguing with each other. And Maddie Maggot was walking right past us.
Yeah, and Brandon Garden was right there too, watching Maddie Maggot walk out the front door. And now, Mr. Tim, you put the text Mr. Pinwheel on this slide. Mr. Pinwheel, you are to blame it on Mr. Tim for all of this.
Hey, don't blame it on him. I'm the only one who puts the text Jenna Kramer on this slide.
Mr. Polish, you hagfish, what does Mr. Pinwheel have to do with Jenna Kramer, the former country music artist who used to star in a CW television series called One Tree Hill?
Mr. Pinwheel, you don't put the text Mr. Pinwheel on this slide. Doing so, I will sick Mike Brogan on you, or the real Mr. Pinwheel, or even the television code seal of good practice from 1965, from a WLS-TV sign-on from 1979. And Mr. Pinwheel, I've told you 100 times not to be on screen while we're doing the 3:30 bloopers.
Looks like you need to go visit the Powell family from...
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
Mr. Pinwheel, I am not going to that house to see that man from Uncle. You hagfish maniac. I tell you what, I think we need to go to shopping at Sears if we all don't bring up the proper 3:30 logo. And Mr. Pinwheel, that isn't funny. You see, I'm no fun. I'm the director of the 3:30 logo in this control room, and I'm a huge fan of it. Mr. Pinwheel, you wrote, Mr. Boone is dead, because earlier while we was at Tulsa Promenade Mall I said Mr. Boone is dead. Mr. Pinwheel, you've put Jeremy Roth Productions on this screen, you T-Town maniac. and Mr. Pinwheel for the global love of Richardson Boudreaux and Monopoly. If you bring up the 1965 television code seal of good practice one more time, I will sick the CBS Enforcer News Music Collection Nerd Theme Music from WBBM-TV on you. Energizer Bunny and Mr. Pinwheel, you both showed up on this screen again. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, I'm gonna sick Maddie Megan on you.
Hello guys.
WSOC TV meteorologist Maddie Maggot. So nice to show up on screen.
So nice for you to be here in the control room, and I've got to tell you that Mr. Polish has seen me walking out in Tulsa Promenade Mall, and I mean, Brendan Rodden was standing right beside the Buckle Store's main entrance.
And Mr. Pinwheel, you do not invite meteorologists Mike Brogan and Maddie Maggot anywhere in Tulsa. Doing so, I will sick the 1965 television code seal of good practice on you, or the voice of KCOP Channel 13 Los Angeles, Harry Newman. Microsoft Sam, I'm gonna need you to come over here this instant.
Holy
Mr.
man
Pinwheel, you
from
do not
Uncle.
invite Microsoft Sam to this control room. Well then, Microsoft Sam is dead. Mr. Pinwheel, Microsoft Sam's not dead. Stop saying that Microsoft Sam's not dead, or I will send you to Mike Brogan. I will sick the Energizer Bunny on you.
Now, Mr. Polish, did you say Energizer Bunny?
Of course I did. Mr. Pinwheel, every time they play this 8-note theme from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you show up. And now, I'm gonna turn this office building into Madden NFL 23.
Oh, no, Mr. Bean, you are not gonna turn this BOK Tower into an EA Sports football simulation game.
And now, Mr. Pinwheel and Mr. Toys R Us, you put Rihanna on this slide. Mr. Pinwheel, you know better than to put Rihanna on the 330, you complete goofy children's consignment maniac. And Rihanna is not your final answer. Mr. Pinwheel, I have told you, like a million times, to get off our screen and stay off our screen. Mr. Pinwheel, you are not to be
Mr.
turning
Bean,
this studio
our
into a
broadcast
consignment store. Final 12 seconds of the fourth quarter, and the Dallas Cowboys have won the game. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you're gonna turn my studio into a consignment store. Mr. Pinwheel, there is no need for you to convert new studios into a Rihanna's children's consignment store. And Mr. Pinwheel, you need to get away from my anchor desk and go to Hollywood. Leland, you need to get out of the new studio at WSOC TV, a subscriber to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters, before I sick the 1965 television code seal of good practice on you.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you put Frankie Goes to Hollywood on this 330 slide. Mr. Pinwheel, do you think that Frankie Goes to Hollywood would be appearing on the 330? Because if you believe that Frankie Goes to Hollywood is on the 330, I will sick Rihanna on you. Mr. Boone, what if Mike Brogan sees this slide? Mr. Pinwheel, I don't care if Mike Brogan sees this slide. I'm gonna have to send you to him this very instant. And now, Mr. Kinfield, you brought up the Toyota logo. I will have to call on William Smalley, Wesley Henrik, and Mike Brogan if you guys don't get that Toyota logo off this screen.
Now wait a minute, Mr. Boone. Are you black?
No, Mr. Pinwheel, I am not black. You do not tell me if I'm black. I'm the new leader of this control room, and I'm in charge of it. Mr. Pinwheel, you do not put Black Lives Matter on this screen. Doing so, I will sick the Carolina Panthers mascot server on you, or Mike Brogan, a Fox 23 News, or Michael Strahan, a New York Giants defensive end, a Fox NFL Sunday in the $100,000 pyramid, or the 1965 television code seal of good practice, or the birthday bird from Dr. Seuss, or the smiley face from Walmart, or Tamatoa, or the Aflac Duck, or the Boss Baby, or the NBC Peacock, or even the demonic US Cellular Sonic jingle from 2008.
Okay, MTV News reporter coming to you from our studios as we look live outside the OK Center in downtown Tulsa via Fox 23 Skyview camera, where you can see Mr. Tim going into the arena to see Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Mickey's Search Party, and now they're gonna turn it into a real honest children's consignment store. And Mr. Pinwheel, why are you coming in and bringing up the 1965 television code seal of good practice? Next thing you know is that I'm calling on play-by-play announcer James Cebulski. And now, Mr. Polish, we're gonna turn this part of the mall into a new studio. Mr. Pinwheel, you, Peter Jennings maniac, you do not turn any shopping mall into a local newscast. And that concludes our broadcast day. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you turn Tulsa from that hole into a real honest children's consignment store. Mr. Polish, you know better than to place other Tulsa businesses inside Tulsa shopping malls, or the OK Center, or even the OK Tower.
And now, Brandon Garden, you are gonna step in and take over for Mr. Polish. And you're gonna put the Toyota logo on the blue screen. Mr. Pinwheel, I'm gonna have to take you to the OK Center.
Sake of real honest children's consignment store, this is not funny. You have got to let me out of this control room before the Seinfeld logo shows up on screen.
Mr. Pinwheel, do I have to send you to Mike Brogan for playing this song off of the Madden NFL 23 video game? Whatever
Let me show
Xbox
you how to
have,
be a
give us
star.
a history moment. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, why are you at the Real Honest Children's Consignment event in Midtown Tulsa when you were not supposed to be in the first place? And that's for you guys at home, the 330 Bloopers is a YouTube series that is not made for kids. It is made for adults. Come on, Mr. Tim, let's go grab Mr. Pinwheel from the Real Honest Children's Consignment event at the SageNet Center and take him to the OK Center. Mr. Lana Pinwheel, what were you doing sitting in that baby toy inside Real Honest Children's Consignment store? Mr. Pinwheel, you are not to be hanging around at Real Honest Children's Consignment store, you goofy maniac.
Microsoft Sam, you are to return to the OK Center this instant.
I swear to Tulsa and New York City, Mr. Pinwheel, if you stay in that toy much longer, the Tulsa County Police Department led by Officer Danny Bean is gonna hunt you down and drag you out of there.
Scotty! You put Microsoft Sam! You are a complete maniac! You know better than to put that on this slide. Next thing you know is I am going to take you to the Claremore Conference Center, where the Real Honest Children's Consignment event is gonna take place. Mr. Pinwheel, excuse me, Microsoft Sam, tell him.
Rain Elvers here, Scotty. You put Microsoft Sam, you are a complete maniac, in this slide, over the controversy of Rihanna. That's it. We are taking you to the BOK Center.
No, Microsoft Sam, please don't take me to the BOK Center. Scotty, stop resisting. I seriously don't want to stop resisting. I don't wanna go to the BOK Center. I wanna go home. Scotty, you have to listen to us. You put that on this slide. We're sending you to the BOK Center. Microsoft Sam, you entitled goofy maniac.
No, Scotty, I'm not an entitled goofy maniac. Stop saying that.
I'm a huge fan.
Scotty, stop resisting.
A Real Honest Scotty, you have to stop resisting. Ethan, you guys hear me? I'm a huge fan of Real Honest Children's Consignment event, and I buy a lot of toys from there. No, Scotty, but we have to take you to the BOK Center.
Zach Hamby to the top floor, please. Zach Hamby to the top floor. And that concludes our broadcast day. Attention all Kmart shoppers, the time is now 5 o'clock and your WSOC TV Big K is closed for the final time. Once again, the time is now 5 o'clock and your WSOC TV Big K is closed. All customers, please report to the checkout line and exit through our front doors. And I want to thank you for shopping at your WSOC TV
Mr.
Big
Pinwheel,
K.
you turned this new studio into a WSOC TV Big K Mart. For the sake of Microsoft Windows NT and Rihanna, you better not turn it into any other store, or I will sick Maddie Baggett from here for Rihanna or the 1965 television concealed good practice on you.
And now, Brandon, we're gonna put Jim Norton Toyota and Mr. Tim, we're gonna bring in the Toyota logo again, just like last time, for the sake of Real Honest Children's Consignment events. Don't put any more on this 330 slide, or I'll sick Maddie Baggett of WSOC TV, or It's a Small World from Disneyland on all of you. And Mr. Pinwheel, I've told you hundreds of times not to show up on screen. You psychedelic exclusive goofy maniac. I wanna go home.
Rain Elvers here, Scotty. You cannot go home. I am telling you that right now. Either you can go to the BOK Center, or I'm sending you to Mike Grogan.
Listen, Microsoft Sam, you do not understand. I'm a huge fan of Real Honest Children's Consignment event, and I trust it. Scotty, you have to listen to us. Either you go to the BOK Center, or we will have to send you to Mike Grogan.
But what if he gets sent to Mike Grogan?
Not now, Mr. Pinwheel. I am dealing with this situation with Scotty. No, Microsoft Sam and Mr. Boone, please, don't let me go to Mike Grogan. I'm afraid that he's gonna get mad over you guys turning this office tower into It's a Small World.
Listen, Rain Elvers here, Scotty. We are sending you to either the BOK Center, or to Mike Grogan.
Mike Grogan is mean. I don't trust him, you stupid maniac. Scotty, listen to us. We have to take you to Mike Grogan. And Mr. Pinwheel, why do you keep bringing up the 1965 television code seal of good practice? Next time you do this, I will sick Slinky Dog from Toy Story, or John Madden, or Jet Warner, the public residential, or Matty Baggett of WSOC TV,
and I will meet
or
Officer
Rihanna,
Danny
or the
Bean and make
Energizer
you
Bunny,
sing,
or the
"Bad
announcer
boys,
of
bad
KCOG,
boys."
Harry
What you wanna
Newman,
do?
or Ben
What you
Sumner
wanna
of the
do?
Big
They
Ben
come
Sumner
for
on
you.
the Tulsa
That's my
CW,
favorite
and Ben
song.
Sumner at
And
night
six,
on
I'm
Mix
listening on you,
96
and
and
make you
Tulsa
say,
Toyota moving forward on you. And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you are about to destroy the whole system. Mr. Pinwheel, I swear to Tulsa, if you do this to us again, I will sick the Energizer Bunny on you.
Mr. Boone,
Oh, no.
I
not the
don't want to
goofiness
have
of
the
Mr.
Energizer
Polish.
Bunny
If you
do
guys
this to me,
won't,
because
no,
if it
think
does,
you
I will
know
sick
this,
either the
Scotty.
boot
I
up
will
sound
sick the
off of
Toyota
Windows
logo.
98,
No,
or the
please don't
television
make me go to
seal
the
of good
OK
practice
Center, you
on both
guys.
you
I
and
don't
the
want to see
entire
Mr.
viewing
Pinwheel.
audience.
You hear me? Mr. Pinwheel.
Scotty, You have to stop
Yeah, you
resisting.
really have to stop
Yeah,
resisting,
Scotty,
man.
I don't really think we should make you go to the OK Center. That, or we should sick We Will Rock You like Queen on you.
Are you kidding me, Mr. Pinhead and Microsoft Sam? Because if you guys are, I will sick Leonardo da Vinci on you.
Scotty, I don't care. If you're sicking Leonardo da Vinci on us, I will still send you to the BOK Tower, or Ascension St. John Physical Therapy. If you continue to overdo all this.
Well then I'll make you watch
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
on YouTube.
Mushy Ruby Rooms, are you talking about that owl family from that YouTube channel? Boy, I will sick Scotty on you, Mr. Pinwheel, if you don't give me the proper 330 logo right now, or I will take you to the Expo Square Pavilion WV.
Right over here, Scotty. The 330 is not on the WP, so stop resisting.
You guys are so ignorant.
Scotty, I am not so ignorant, so stop.
I will sick the startup sound from Xbox Series X.
Scotty, I don't own that Xbox, so stop resisting.
Well then I wanna go home and prepare for Riolana's children's consignment shop. And then I'll sick the Lost in Space Robot on you, then the Toyota logo, and I'll make you sing the national anthem, and the A Sports presents NHL 98 on PlayStation at the OK Center. Scotty, you are such a persnickety consignment maniac, you lunatic, you lunatic, you lunatic.
Mr. Tim, you made us all
Mr.
funny.
Pinwheel, you need to give me the proper 330 Mr. logo, Polish and or I'll Mr. sick the Tim, I'm Microsoft not no Network fun. logo on you. But talk about hoot and hootity hoot and hoot and hootity hoot. You all are Japanese.
Right over here, Scotty.
Oh, Microsoft Sam,
Microsoft Home is a complete maniac.
Right over here, Scotty. No, sorry, Mr. Polish. Microsoft Home is not a complete maniac.
Mr. Pinwheel, Microsoft Home isn't a complete maniac, so you better let this go, or I'll sick Mike Krogan on you.
That, or I'll sick the Xbox Series X logo sound from 2020 on you.
Scotty, get him.
Mr. Pocket Monster, there is no use in you playing Windows 98 because of Mr. Collier, who grew up with Windows 95 and 98.
I will sick David Stapp from CBS on you. Right over here, Scotty. If you stop this behavior and resisting right now.
As Mr. Pinwheel, you show up on screen again, I will sick the Muskox logo on you.
Listen, I have never been to a Muskox before. That's why we're saying this.
Scotty, you made Mr. Pinwheel show up on screen. That's it, Scotty. I am taking you to the Tulsa County Jail.
No, Microsoft Sam, please. Don't take me to the Tulsa County Jail, you psychomaniac. I am a huge fan of Mr. Pinwheel, or I will sick my ass on you.
You guys, stop with all that talking about the past, or I will sick the Seven Nation Army on you.
Brandon, on second thought.
No, that's too hard for me. I can't even handle it.
Mr. Pinwheel, next time you joke around, I will send you to the OK Center.
But what about Brandon Garden appearing on the 330 when he's supposed to be in the Madden NFL game? Mr. Tim and Mike Grogan are gonna think Brandon's on the 330 and not in the Madden NFL game.
Now you guys are talking about me. If you guys continue to talk about me, I will send you two to the OK Center. And you guys do not turn the OK Center into a Riolana's children's consignment shop.
I am a huge fan of Riolana's a children's consignment event, and I came to see why. Riolana is the bestseller on Earth. Bestseller on Earth, my right, Scotty? And you know what? Mr. Pinwheel is gonna get onto us if you guys don't bring up the proper 330 logo. Wait until Mike Krogan finds out that I'm a huge fan of Riolana's children's consignment events.
Now, wait a minute, young man. What does Mike Grogan have to deal with Riolana's children's consignment events?
Mr. Pinwheel, do you have to encourage Scotty to be a fan of Riolana's children's consignment events?
Yes, Mr. Boone. I swear to Oklahoma City I have to encourage Scotty to be a fan of Riolana's children's consignment events.
Well then, Mr. Pinwheel, I think that you and Scotty should go to the Riolana's children's consignment shop.
Brandon Garden with the latest on News Channel 8. Darren Polish and Radar over here Scotty are being transferred to the SageNet Center at Expo Square, where the Riolana's children's consignment pop-up shop takes place.
Mr. Pinwheel, you, Scooter, Savvy, you put Ascension St. John on this slide, you experienced Goofy Maniac. Next thing you know is that I'm gonna put a song title on this slide.
Mr. Boone, where do you go to put song titles on this slide?
And now, Mr. Pinwheel, you're about to stop me from putting song titles on the 330 slide due to copyright. Mr. Pinwheel, if you put the real Mr. Pinwheel on this screen again, I will stick the NBC Productions logo on you.
That, or the Buskoffs
Now wait a
logo.
minute. You're thinking that Buskoffs is getting involved with Mr. Pinwheel. That's impossible.
Guys, Bloopers is not to be involved with Mr. Pinwheel. Mr. Pinwheel is part of CBS property. You, Blockbusters.
Mr. Boone, I'm gonna tell Brandon Garden about Mr. Pinwheel switching from CBS to Buskoffs.
Artificial intelligence. You artificial intelligent Pinwheel.
Mr. Plastic, would you get rid of that Pinwheel because I do not like him?
Shush, Scotty.
Mr. Tim, you encourage Scotty to not like Mr. Pinwheel. I am sticking the oldies logo on you. Now, Scotty, you are gonna put George Flickinger on the 330. That is not possible, because if you put George Flickinger on the 330, he's gonna be so mad that he's gonna go 500 like Emily Pesca. And now, you guys, you got it right. For the sake of real honors and children's consignment event at Zapalpatrick Park Stadium and Family Feud with Steve Harvey and Hogan's Heroes and Ascension St. John and also and Smith Lee and Purple People Eater and Zach Andy, who is at home watching us, you finally completed the qualifying portion of our 330 Bloopers revival. Holy Killers of the Flower Moon! Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for this presentation of the 330 Bloopers, Life After Clint Boone. Our series revival premieres on Thanksgiving Day. Our new film, Life After Clint Boone, premieres August 16th. So until we meet again, this is Mike Collier, hoping you'll stay tuned to the Mr. G-Man official channel by clicking the subscribe button. Thank you.